You're going to be focusing mostly on the performance of those lifts to move more weight. But in my case, what I do, just for sake of example, again, this is just what I happen to do, is I tend to make a full third of my resistance training just focused on time under tension. So if I do 2 exercises, typically the first exercise is a compound exercise. So if it's a shoulder press, for instance, I'll do a couple warm-up sets and then the work sets. I try and move the weight. And generally I tend to work pretty heavy in the 4 to 8 repetition range. I'll try and move the weight as quickly as I can on the concentric phase, the lifting phase, and then at least twice as slow on the lowering phase. And then I pause while keeping the muscles under tension. I never really set the weight down at all during a set, if I'm doing my job, that is. And then the second exercise that I do, I really focus even more on time under tension. So whether or not it's a compound exercise or an isolation exercise, again, compound exercise, multiple joints moving, isolation exercise, single joints moving, I'll really concentrate on keeping the muscle under tension the entire time. In fact, I'll lift the weight off the stack if it's a machine or if it's a free weight just a little bit, engage the muscles that I'm trying to activate or train, and then keep it under tension throughout the concentric, the contraction, and the lowering of that weight, and then never actually set it down until the end of the set, AKA increasing the time under tension. And often people get injured by including a new form of movement, in particular a form of movement that you can fall, and or not just falling, but by including a lot of eccentric movements that they hadn't been doing previously. Again, be really safe about this, but that loading of the skeleton through eccentric movement and controlling the descent, super important, not just for your body, not just to avoid falls, not just to improve coordination and a bunch of other great things, but also to get that release of osteocalcin, the improvements in BDNF, brain performance, brain health, and so on. And I'm guessing that most of you can probably incorporate these 4 things: long, slow distance, high intensity interval training, some deliberate time under tension training during your resistance training. Again, could be done with body weight, doesn't have to even be done with machines or free weights, as well as some explosive and eccentric control training without adding any time to your existing workout regimen, simply by incorporating it into whatever workouts you happen to already be doing. Because when you get injured, you can't exercise. And when you don't exercise for 10 days or more, that's when you start to see decrements in brain health. So if you're not exercising now, it's a great time to get to it. If you are exercising now and you have to take a week off because of some sort of illness or injury or family event or stress, look, don't obsess over that. Don't miss out on some of the key things of life or make yourself sicker by exercising.